Everyone, what's up? It's Kahoob here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over MetaXP, my previous video talking about why I sold all my MXC, and just some things about MetaXP that I've recently learned about. And I just want to go over the comments of this video too, as there's been some, fanboys commenting, getting all annoyed and mad at me. I think they're just kind of brainwashed, or maybe they're paid off. I don't know, but MetaXP is definitely not a good thing with mining. Um, and so I just want to go over that. And you may be curious why my microphone sounds like this, and it's because I just moved apartments and my microphone is not set up. I still have it at my other place, so I'm using my headset microphone, which is a lot worse, but at least it's something. So we'll see how this video goes. I may bring my mic over pretty soon to get it up and running. Just trying to figure out where to store it and stuff when I'm not using it. Okay, so and I wanted to mention that too as well because in the comments there's one that's pretty that I thought was kind of annoying. I think I just have subliminal messaging in my head because I keep reading this word annoying right here on my title, so maybe that's why I'm saying it so much. But anyways, let's get into it a bit. So a lot of people were on my side about selling the MXC, which was pretty cool. But then they're also, which I kind of would expect because MetaXP is just not a good thing. It's not really like, do you like it? Do you not? It's just not a good thing, factually speaking. But then you have people who just don't go by facts and go by emotions instead and say it's a good thing. But anyways, let's get into it. So this person said, don't forget that whenever you ask questions in Telegram, Keith loves to remove and give people 24 to 40 hours bans from the channel. These few last months caused me to more than worry about my 10 miner investment. And I completely agree. Keith is a terrible mod. He's very rude and mean, and he's just not a good person. He should definitely not be a moderator. He's very rude and mean, like not a good person at all. I think it's very unprofessional for MXC to even have him as a moderator. It kind of shows you how immature of a project it is when you have someone as immature as him moderating it. Now, also, this other person said, that's a reasonable approach. I am becoming more skeptical on MXC. I was planning to add more in January, but ... looks like I may put that into ASICs. Now, I may or may not agree with putting it into ASICs at this time of the market and stuff. I haven't done as much research currently as I have. I mean, 3 months ago I was doing more research on it, but I just been more focused on moving, so I haven't put much time into it. And plus, we're in a bear market right now. I've kind of waited for the bear market to like fully go into effect before I like actually truly look back into other type of miners. But they said that they are more skeptical on MXC now, which I completely agree. I really liked MXC. I wasn't a hater. They could say I came out of nowhere and started hating it, even though I've been fine with it for a full year. But the thing is, it didn't come out of nowhere. It's due to MetaXP. Once I started learning about MetaXP and started realizing the way the moderators and the team was handling questions related to it, and the way they were avoiding questions and making this as complicated as possible and not answering things directly, it just sketched me out, and I did not like all of that. And you can't even with Meta XP. It's not really truly planned out fully to where you can tell people how it's going to go. Which, if someone's invested into something, right, they plan out what they plan on doing, right? They buy this investment and they know what occurs with it, they know what happens with it, and they create a strategy around that. Then MetaXP comes along and that switches the flip, or flips the switch completely, and now you have this thing that no one knows what it does, and when they ask questions, they say, "Oh, you're just gonna have to wait and see because, even though we have it coded into the app to go into effect of what it's gonna do, we're not gonna tell you that. We're not gonna tell you what it's actually doing. So you're just gonna now you have an investment that you have no clue what it's actually doing, and you just have to base it on other people's miners if they tell you their stuff, and if you see your stuff, and based on just keep on mining away and see what happens." I digress. So let's get back into the comments because my dog was scratching at something and I got distracted. Okay, so someone said, you've inspired me to do the same. New MXC video coming soon. So that's cool. They decided to sell their MXC as well. And, I don't recommend you to sell your MXC if you're not at break even and if you are not fully transitioned. If your miner has not fully transitioned and you haven't broken even on your investment, do not sell. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's what I would say. 1 second, let me catch my breath. All right, this person says, any recommendation on how and where to sell a used MXC miner? Now, the M2 Pro miner, you used to be able to sell it quite easily. They've changed it to where now it costs like, I don't know, what is it? 50? No, I don't even think it's 50 bucks. I think it might even be like 500 bucks or something like that. Maybe it's 50. I don't know. I just know it costs quite a bit of MXC to basically transition it from your account to someone else's account for the miner. And it's just, kind of a scam with the way they did that. And you really can't sell a used miner anymore. And plus, when a miner is fully transitioned, even the guy who's very popular on their Discord group named Billy, he recently DM'd me and even told me that a fully transitioned miner that has an empty fuel tank is not worth anything to him. So he said it's just not worth to buy it unless, he said he would pay ship. He told me he would pay shipping for mine, but he would not actually pay for it. And plus, you have to pay the money to like transfer the account, which he said he would not pay that. So, basically, once your miner is fully transitioned and you sell your MXC, the miner is basically useless. There's no point in the miner because you can't do the Bitcoin mining and you can't do the auto mining of DHX, and the MXC mining's already ran out. So basically, you can either use it for parts or toss it in the garbage. I don't know. Maybe it's recyclable. I don't know. That'd be cool because then at least it would be recycled into something, right? I'd prefer that. So maybe I'll look into that and just recycle it instead of tossing it in the garbage. Now, this person said, I just withdrawn my MXC at a $1,700 loss. I should have taken my ROI when I had the chance. FML, I will pissed off, or I am pissed off probably. Now, like I said, I wouldn't have withdrawn it at a loss unless your miner has fully transitioned and you're not earning anything anymore. And plus, even if it's that much at a loss, just wait and hope that MXC recovers, or at least keep auto mining DHX to where maybe DHX will take off in the future and then you might make that money back that way. I don't know. But if you really think it's a lost cause, everything going on, and you think it might be a rogue pull coming through, then I guess yeah, take that. But I wouldn't personally recommend taking a loss on your MXC miner if just because you don't like what's going on. Um, this person said, "Thank you for being our guinea pig," which I thought was funny. But I have two miners anyways. One still at full health with zero MXC withdrawn or sold or anything, and I still am mining Bitcoin or quote air quotes bit mining Bitcoin. But yeah, and also I don't get why with mining Bitcoin, I don't get why the withdrawal fee is so high because when I use my Ledger Nano device to transact with Bitcoin and transfer Bitcoin from one wallet to another, I think it's like less than $2. And I think on Data Dash, I think it's like $17 or maybe $10, something like that to withdraw. So, I have like a 5 to 6 thousand MXC lockup or bond to mine Bitcoin, and the amount of Bitcoin we've mined, I think, is maybe like $20, which sounds good to mine $20 of Bitcoin. But then when you hear, oh, it's going to cost you like $10 to $17 to withdraw that, then it's like you made barely anything, and it's kind of weird. They tell you that they have you pay the very minimum fees needed, but yet why then when I use my ledger the fees are way cheaper? That doesn't make any sense. Then this person says, all the people here who sold before the pump, because there was a quick pump actually that did happen. Billy told me he thinks maybe it was venture capitalists or something that were jumping in before like something big was going to happen. And I mean, it did get listed on Binance, and I think the pump was before that. So maybe it was that. Um, this person says this one really annoyed me. This one, so the real reason he sold was to buy shit he needed for a new place, but yet you spoke of all of the BS for 12 minutes before saying I'm broke and need money for pots and pans. I did reply. I just said, not true at all. My mining journey was at a negative level. I was down overall, and by selling my MXC, it allowed me to break even. So, with all my miners combined, I did the math and figured out, hey, if I sell all my MXC for my first miner, that first miner itself has already broken even by itself. But even if and it was a little bit in profit as well. So even if I sold all that, then just my general crypto mining journey will be in profit by like $150 or something like that. So, but if I didn't sell my MXC, then I was actually down like $3,000. So if MXC were to crash and go to zero, I'd actually be out $3,000 on my mining journey, which would really suck. So I said I also sold because MXC is now a trash project, which I agree, and it's screwing over current investors with MetaXP, which I agree. I mean, obviously I'm saying what I said to myself, but anyways, the reason I said their MXC is now a trash project that's screwing over current investors with MetaXP is because eventually your MXC earnings will go down to zero, right? You're going to be earning $0 daily with MXC, even if you don't withdraw anything. You know, that was one of the things. As long as you don't withdraw, you make $10 a day. But if you withdraw, then it cuts in half to like 5, and then they changed it up, and then it went down to 2 and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, well that's fine as long as you don't withdraw, right? And I was okay with that. And then when you withdraw, I was like, okay, $2 daily. Well, that's still not too bad. It's better than most ASICs right now. And then, but if MXC keeps going down in value, then your chances of breaking even or even being in profit continue to lower. So Meta XP made it to where you go down to $0 daily, right? Even if you don't withdraw. So it doesn't matter, if you used to be told, as long as you don't sell anything, you'll maximize your daily profits. As long you keep the miner up, the uptime and the health, keep it up to 100%, and you'll keep mining $10 daily in MXC. But now I'm not saying the team ever said you'll mine $10 daily. They never once said the $10 mark or anything. The team never once said that. As far as I've been in the project, I've never heard the actual team say anything about a $10 thing. So I do give them that. Some people do think the team like assured $10 or anything, but they never did that. That's one thing I will say. But the user reported amount for over a year, probably close to 2 years, was $10 daily if you had full health and like 100% uptime, 100% health and all that. So based on the user reports, we can basically tell that's what it was. That was the confirmed amount, $10 daily. So basing it on that, we could see that, with Meta XP, it's going to go down to $0 daily. Even if you're doing what used to give you $10, will now give you zero. So then they tell you, hey, well, um, you know, either keep holding that MXC that you already mined because it'll auto mine DHX now, or if you sell your MXC, then you just go down to no DHX earnings and zero MXC earnings. So if you sell all your full fuel tank, then you'll just get nothing. It'll be a pointless machine that does nothing at all because you can't even bond MXC for Bitcoin because you need 90% health. So that's where you either recycle it or trash it or whatever. And MetaXP basically made this miner into a useless product. So MetaXP basically killed MXC. And yeah, maybe they couldn't afford to give out $10 daily forever. So I guess you could kind of say, well, then it's just a failed project, and they try to recover it with MetaXP. And maybe they're doing a good marketing deception tactic to make people think this miner's good. But like I said, if MXC goes down in value, here's the thing. So let me read a little bit more. Someone said, you're missing the overall point of MXC project. Glad you sold. Someone said, no, smart. And then someone just said, will you do a video how to cash out with Coinbase, or can I call you, or whatever. But I just want to say, I sold at, you can see 0.0482 cents. And like I said, my mining journey was at a loss, and I'm now in profit because of it. And MetaXP actually increases risks of not getting your ROI as your earnings decrease over time and MXC may go down, which was not possible beforehand. So it was not a risk anyone had to take. Now I know some people will say, oh, well, you should be bullish on the project if you're investing, and why do you keep talking about MXC going down as if that's the only possible answer? And do you not realize that MXC could also go up as well and make you a ton of money? And yeah, I do understand that MXC can go up as well, but here's the thing. When you had a miner that earned you $10 daily as long as you don't withdraw, it didn't matter. For me, it didn't matter how low MXC went. I was okay with MXC dropping and dropping and dropping, even if it went to like 0.0001 cents. That's fine, because guess what? Either way, I'd still be making $10 daily. So even if let's say I mined for a full 1 or 2 years and I was either at break even or, double my money, if then MXC went from whatever I was mining it at all the way down to like 0.01 or whatever. I know that was not the correct decimal to be using. I just started saying that. But anyways, it wouldn't matter because you could just keep mining the MXC and it would just take you like another year or two, and then probably 1 year or less actually, because I think the ROI on a M2 Pro miner at least used to be like 8 to 9 months or 8 to 10 months. So yeah, that was the nice thing. So whenever MXC dropped in price, I literally did not care. Some people may freak out if their coin drops in price because of them like investing or whatever. But for me, I did not care because guess what? I still mine $10 daily either way. But now here's the thing. If my M2 Pro miner was not at break even levels, or even if it was, and I saw MXC start dropping to where the worth of my MXC started decreasing, I would actually start to panic because guess what? I will no longer be earning $10 daily. That earnings will slowly dwindle down to zero. And that means there could be now with the MetaXP, there's an actual possibility of all your mined tokens being worth zero when it comes to the end of it, depending when you got in and when you're getting out. So they increased the risk with this because of that. So I understand, yes, MXC can go up as well, but it doesn't change the fact that MetaXP increased the risk for you to not ROI compared to before. And another thing is, I guess I'd say MetaXP on an empty tank means your earnings will go down to $0 per day as uptime is now a part of fuel, so it's no longer separate of the 80% fuel and 20% uptime. Now, the uptime I think is technically a part, technically by itself, but also a part of fuel, meaning they put the uptime in the fuel. So if you actually don't have the miner running, then your fuel decreases, so then your earnings decrease. So technically it's still a factor, but it's within fuel, meaning that if you withdraw all your MXC, then your fuel goes down to zero, so then your uptime would also like go to zero, something like that, something dumb like that. So. Um, yeah, my first miner is currently, I think, mining $1 a day. Used to be $2 a day. And Billy told me in 3 months from now, it'll be $0 a day. So that's when I just, like I said, trash it or recycle it. And then that's it. So hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more future content, and I'll see you all in the next one.